Hello, dear ones. It's Savi from lovingawareness.org and Illuminate Your Circle. And in this time that we're going to share together today, I want to do things a little bit differently. I have zero plan. And I know I tell you that all the time. And it's true, I don't have a plan. Once things begin, they just roll. Sometimes there's a few riverbanks, some things that have come up over the days prior to sitting down to record a message. And right now, as I'm sitting here, what I'm feeling most is just a sense of emptiness, but in a really good way. Like as my mind was sifting and sorting through, thinking, well, what is it that wants to come through today? What is it that we'll focus on? What I kept hearing is just be in the moment. No premeditating, no thought. And so I'm going to just allow that flow to unfold. What is it to be in a space of flow where there's not a part of us that is trying to direct that flow, trying to consciously put parameters on the flow? And what happens when we can just be simply in the moment? And allow ourselves to be in the space between the spaces. Sometimes that may be referred to as 0 point. Sometimes that may be referred to as the liminal space. We would encourage you to tap into the liminal space. We would encourage you to seek out and allow yourself to melt into the space between space and space. In that space between, nothing needs to happen in the way that normally you are subscribed to something happening, being in a state of doing. We are inviting you here and now to find the space between, where you suspend your nature of doing and just allow whatever presents itself in each and every moment, in each and every breath, with no attachment to momentum, to direction, to outcome. This is an amazing space for you in your human experience to allow more often, to practice yourselves into. And as you do, you will find that you crave the space between. Because truly it is in the space between where you experience peace. Peace as it truly is. Not constructed or manufactured peace, not peace that you create on purpose by your doing, but peace that just is. Peace in its natural vibration. And that peace is something that many of you have not experienced fully. And we are inviting you toward that experience. Allow yourselves to lean into, to melt into the experience of peace that exists in the space between. And you may ask, why is this important? Why is it important for us to experience this space. And our answer to you is that it is what you crave the most. You may not even know that you're craving it. You may not even know what to name it. But we are describing to you now the space that you crave inside, the space where there is stillness, true stillness. The space where you are not looking forward or backward or in any direction at all. The space where you are simply allowing, simply being. And even to put parameters on these words of allowing and being, easily the human mind quickens to the place of, I will do allowing, I will do being. And we are inviting you toward something new and different. We are inviting you to the space where there is no doing, there is no efforting. And your mind now quickly go to the place of, yes, but there is much to be done. There is much to take care of. I am responsible for these things on my path today. And we say, yes, there is much doing in your reality, but you have room to invite yourself into the space of stillness, where so much more reveals itself to you and unfolds to you, where the magic of your beingness is revealed. And these moments do not have to last a long time. Again, release yourselves from the desire to put parameters on what the experience must look like and what it must feel like, and just allow the experience. In the reality of time, these experiences may be fleeting. They may be just a breath or two long, a few seconds. And then perhaps at times you will experience this space expanding. And you will notice, not during the space, but after the space, you will recollect, you will reflect, and you will say, wow, that space felt expanded. That was an expanded space of pure beingness. That was an expanded space of pure stillness, where I wasn't trying to do anything, where efforting was completely released, where my mental mind was not processing the moment as I was in the moment. Because as I engage in the processing mind, I recognize that I am efforting, that I am doing. When the mind becomes engaged in the moment, we are not in the space of pure stillness, of pure beingness, of pure allowing. And that doesn't mean that we've done it wrong. In fact, there is no such thing as doing something wrong or doing something right. There is simply the experience. As humans, there is such a desire, perhaps even it feels as though it is a need, to quantify everything, to put everything on a spectrum of this is good, this is not good, this is better, this is worse. And here we are also inviting you forward in your conscious knowing that does exist. It is there in the very fabric of your being, this knowing that there is no such thing, that there is only the experience. And within the experience, you will feel more drawn, more pulled toward what feels accurate and aligned. We simply invite you to lean into what feels accurate, lean into what feels aligned, and let go of the notion that there has to be something around that seems to quantify it as being good or better or worse or bad. Because there is no such thing. Rather than using a spectrum as such, we invite you just to lean into your resonance barometer within. Feel your way through the experiences and allow the very feeling nature that is built in, hardwired into the fabric of your nature, that will let you know what feels accurate for you. Lean in. And you may ask now, how do I access this space that we are sharing with you, that we are speaking of now? And this pause here is on purpose for you to just feel space. Your lives have become so full. Schedules, obligations, responsibilities, work, and also all of the things that you so enjoy. Life becomes so full. And where is it? Where is the allowing for the space between? We observe that many times the space between for you is the space that you see between things that you have scheduled for yourself. And so you see, I have a half hour between sessions, between finishing my work and needing to pick up the children. And you say those are your spaces between. And we say, what is it that you do with the space between? You see, because you're doing something still with the space between. You look at the schedule where you find the space between and you say, how can I make the most of that time? And making the most of that time, you have been entrained to believe that that means I could fit in another task. I could fit in more doing. Because you live in a fast-paced, socialized experiment experience where productivity is rated very highly. And you've decided what productivity means. That means how much have I accomplished? How much have I gotten done? What have I done? What am I doing? And many times, because of this socialized norm, you pat yourselves on the back on a day when you've been particularly productive. And we would say to you, good job, and how do you feel about it? How do you feel about this level of productivity? Is there a part of you, is there a voice deep down inside that is longing for the space between, to be something different? And can you give yourself the space in between many times throughout the day, if only for 5 seconds at a time? Not that we're counting seconds. Simply, we are inviting you toward the experience of breathing into the space between. Find the space between, where there is ease, where there is no efforting, where there is simply grace, where there is stillness, where there is no thought leading you forward, looking backward, where there is no feeling of must be doing, where there simply is beingness that becomes so real that your mind releases completely, and you are not attached to the experience in any way, shape, or form. We invite you toward this experience. We invite you toward having a realized sensation in your being bodies of this experience more often. Short bursts are perfect. You may find when you experience the space more, you are able to access it more easily, and you are willing to create space to release from the doing and from the efforting, because in the space between, all is revealed, all is clear. The knowing becomes evident. The revelations are immense. And you find yourselves tapped in to the very essence of who and what you really are here living this human experience. And this, dear ones, is what we hold space for you in. This is what we want, if there is such a thing of wanting. From our vantage point, there is really no such thing as wanting. But we see this for you. We know that you will revel in the beauty of this experience, and we love to witness your reveling. We love to witness your pure beingness. For it is your true naturalness. It is your core naturalness. And if you need a practical application for why this is important in this here and now, if you do need this, we believe you know what the practical application is and why this is of benefit to you. But we will say here that there has not been a time in human experience where there has been greater overwhelm and greater overstimulation and greater stress than what the human species is now experiencing. The collective pressure, the collective vibration of stress, anxiety, panic, fear, overwhelm, overstimulation is quite intense. And you are all navigating that in your own unique ways. Aware, not so much aware, engaged in it, not so much engaged in it, conscious of it, not so conscious of it. The vibration is active, no matter where you are in the experience of it. And so finding yourself in these spaces where you can find the calm, the peace, the stillness, the purity of those vibrations in the space between is one of the best medicines that you can offer yourselves during this time. This is needed medicine. This is needed medicine for you, for who you are here and now, in your day-to-day, moment-to-moment experience, yes. And by way of this experience in your unique personhood, by way of this experience for your own personal well-being. This experience builds momentum. The more of you that have this experience, the experience of that space between, the space of no time, no place, no form, pure presence, pure stillness, pure peace, the more that humanity experiences this and allows this medicine into their beingness, the more activated the vibration of pure presence becomes in the lived experience day to day. And the more that happens, the more available the highest optimum outcome of transformation is. And deep down in the heart and soul of what it is that we know we're here for, this is what serves This serves your way on. We thank you for being here, for opening your hearts, for opening your receptivity, for opening your minds, for quieting the mind to receive consciousness, to receive wisdom, to receive that which you already know, and we are simply reflecting to you so that you can remember this that you already know. Tap in, dear ones. Allow the space. Allow grace. Allow magic to unfold. Breath by breath, moment by moment. Pure allowing. This experience is yours. This experience is ours. We are one. Fully accessible, fully available, here and now, evermore, to infinity and beyond. We love you. You are love. Here and now, infinitely ever be. And so it is. Very good. There it is. There's nothing more to share. I needed that. I hope you felt it. I hope you needed it. In whatever way you needed it, I hope that it met you exactly as you needed it to. Be well, dear ones, and I'll meet here with you again very soon. Take care.